Hi. So this is the fifth class of vector theorems. So there is one more class after this, and that will be the last class. That is the sixth class. Today we are going to understand the theorems based on uh, areas of parallelogram and triangle. There are three theorems which we are going to study. So let me take you to the last part. Let me just show you what we have done in the last class, and then we will start with the today's class. So okay, I'm sharing the screen right now. Okay, so this is what we are going to done to be doing today. So we have completed internal division, external division, midpoint formula, as well as the centered formula. This is what we have done in the last class, right? I hope you have done this because very important part. They have asked this kind of theorems many times in the exam. So today we are going to study, as I said, area of parallelogram, area of triangle. Okay, so three theorems back to back today. Let's see how to solve this. How they will be asking the question based on area of parallelogram. So suppose two sides are given to you. Okay, let's say there are two sides which are given to you. So there is a parallelogram O, A, C, and B. Okay, let me say that let A bar let A bar and B bar be the co-initial vectors. Co-initial vectors. What is co-initial vectors? Co-initial vectors मतलब दोनों का initial point same है. Co-initial vectors representing adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Okay, so if you can see, there is a parallelogram on the right hand side that I have already drawn. I have named that parallelogram as OACB, where this is my A bar and this is my B bar. These are the two co-initial vectors. You can see there is a common initial point between the two. Okay, now let theta be the angle between A bar and B bar. Okay, now in that case, we have already studied in vectors, there is cross product. A bar cross B bar is mod A bar, mod B bar, sine theta into n cap. What is n cap? N cap is a unit vector which gives the direction to A bar cross B bar, because A bar cross B bar is a vector product. Vector product है मतलब result to vector आना है, right? So n cap gives the n cap is a unit vector which gives the direction. And what is the direction? N cap is a unit vector. Direction क्या है? It is perpendicular to the plane of. Direction क्या होता है? Perpendicular to the plane of A bar and B bar. ठीक है ना. इन दैट केस ये भी आपको समझ के लेना है. ए बार क्रॉस बी बार का मैग्नीट्यूड क्या है? व्हाट इज द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ ए बार क्रॉस बी बार? दैट इज मॉड ए बार मॉड बी बार साइन थीटा, राइट. लेट्स टेक दिस एज इक्वेशन नंबर 1. यहाँ पे इसको छोड़ देते हैं, राइट. नाउ लेट मी मेक वन एडिशनल पार्ट. ड्रॉ B D. I'll mark this as D, right? This will be your A bar cross B bar, which is the direction perpendicular to plane of A bar and B bar. BD perpendicular to OA. BD perpendicular to OA. In this case, now if you observe, एक triangle आपको दिख रहा है, right angle triangle है. In triangle B, I'm so sorry. This is in triangle OBD. If you observe the triangle OBD, in this case, what is sine theta? Sine theta is this is theta, right? This is theta. What we have written over here, it is the angle between A bar and B bar. So sine theta is opposite upon hypotenuse, which is B. Okay, which means BD is OB sine theta. BD is OB sine theta, which means BD. Acha, what is OB? OB is the length OB. Length OB is the magnitude of B bar, which is denoted by mod B bar. So it is mod B bar sine theta. I think यहाँ तक आपको clear हो गया. Right, now this is one. Now what is area of parallelogram? What is area of parallelogram? Area of parallelogram, अगर मुझे कोई पूछता है what is area of parallelogram, area of parallelogram is always base multiplied by height. Okay, now coming back to the diagram, diagram में क्या दिख रहा है मुझे? Base is OA and height is BD. Okay, OA is mod A bar, BD यहाँ हमने जो इक्वेशन नंबर अगर मान लो मैं 2 लेता हूं, तो अगर BD का वैल्यू मैंने निकाला है, दैट इज mod B bar sin थीटा. अकॉर्डिंग टू इक्वेशन नंबर 2 हमने BD के बारे में लिखा है mod B bar sin थीटा. नाउ if you observe this, mod A bar B bar sin theta, what is equation number 1 saying? Mod A bar B bar sin theta is mod of A bar cross B bar. So hence area of parallelogram is equal to mod of A bar cross B bar. Remember, during if you are solving the problems, तो area के बारे में अगर पूछ रहे, you should always end the value. If there is a question or problem based on area of parallelogram or area of triangle, you should always end with square units in vectors. Okay. Now this is the area of parallelogram proof. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Area of triangle. ओके मैंने ऑलरेडी ट्राइंगल के बारे में ट्राइंगल का डायग्राम ड्रॉ कर चुका हूं. सो इसका प्रूफ अगर हम कर रहे हैं, सो सिमिलर होगा. द स्टार्ट विल बी सिमिलर. ओके, आई विल मार्क दिस एज ओ ए एंड बी. ठीक है, द प्रूफ विल गो ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर. दिस इज ए बार and this is B bar, the two co-initial vectors with angle theta between them. Okay, have you understood the diagram? Okay, if you have understood the diagram, let's begin with, so this will be again A bar cross B bar. A bar cross B bar is always perpendicular to A bar and B bar. So this will be A bar cross B bar. So once you understand the diagram, let me begin with the proof. Proof में let A bar and B bar be the co-initial vectors representing adjacent sides. क्या represent कर रहे हैं? Adjacent sides of a triangle. Of a triangle, we can label that triangle as OAB. Triangle का नाम हमने दिया है OAB, right? Therefore, OA bar is equal to A bar and OB bar is equal to B bar. Okay, now again let theta be the angle between A bar and B bar. Everything remains the same. यहाँ तक तो सेम सिमिलर चल रहा है सब कुछ. Therefore, A bar cross B bar is mod A bar according to the definition of cross product or vector product, what we call it as mod A bar mod B bar sine theta into n cap, where n cap is a unit vector perpendicular to the plane of A bar and B bar. ऑलराइट ना, सेम जैसे यहाँ पे हमने लिखा है वैसे ही कर रहे हैं सब कुछ, कोई फर्क नहीं है ना. मॉड ए बार क्रॉस बी बार, व्हाट इज मॉड ए बार क्रॉस बी बार? इट इज इक्वल टू मॉड ए बार mod b bar sin theta. Again the same thing, I'll mark this as equation number 1. All right, now once again the same thing, draw BD perpendicular to OA. So this is your D. All right, now in triangle OBD, so can you see कुछ change नहीं कर रहा हूँ, maximum part is changes basically यहाँ से आएंगे सारे. Okay, so ये step से changes आना शुरू हो जाएंगे. So BD is perpendicular to OA. In triangle OBD, what is sin theta? Sin theta is opposite side, which is BD, upon hypotenuse, which is OB. So what is BD? BD is OB sin theta. OB sin theta. All right. Now, BD is OB sin theta. Therefore, BD. What is OB? OB is length OB. Length OB is the magnitude of B bar. Hence, it is mod B bar sin theta. Equation number 2. Now, let's begin with the area of triangle. Okay, let's begin with area of triangle. Okay, what is area of triangle? Area of triangle OAB, that is half into base into height. This is what we have been learning since our childhood, right? Half into base into height. Now that is half. Oh, I'll do one thing. I'll write here area of triangle. It is half. What is the base? Base, can you see? Half mod A bar. Base is mod A bar. That is OA bar. And what is the height? That is BD. Right? BD is the height, which is mod B bar sin theta. If you observe this part is nothing but mod of A bar cross B bar. And hence, we have proved that area of triangle is always given by half A bar cross B bar, right? Where A bar and B bar are the adjacent sides. Now, कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें आपको न्यूमेरिकल्स के लिए भी याद रखनी है यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे भी. Let's say if somebody is asking for area of parallelogram, then it is mod of A bar cross B bar. If the question is vector area of parallelogram, you have to be careful about this. Vector area of parallelogram is simply A bar cross B bar. No need of modulus. We are not going to find out the magnitude. Similarly, area of, abhi now few important points. Few important points over here. Okay. Now, number 1. Area of triangle, if the question is area of triangle, then the answer is half mod A bar cross B bar. ठीक है. But if the question is vector area of triangle, then the answer is half A bar cross B bar. Next, point number 2. Can you see this? What is A bar and B bar? A bar and B bar are co-initial vectors, correct? A bar and B bar are co-initial vectors. So let's say, for example, if I'm talking particularly about area of triangle ABC, area of triangle ABC, correct? Then if I draw a triangle, then it is something like this. A small triangle I'm drawing. Okay, then this is A, B, and C. So what are the co-initial vectors? The co-initial vectors are half AB bar cross AC bar. Then the question might come, sir, can I write this as BA bar cross BC bar? Absolutely, yes, you can do that. Or can I say that it is half CA bar, because all these are co-initial vectors, CA bar cross CB bar. Absolutely, you are allowed to do this, right? The next and last important point of this is, now we all know that area of triangle ABC, this is additional part I'm showing you, because this can be helpful to solve the problems if you have that in the exam. Okay, so we already know that it is half AB bar cross AC bar. Okay, so what is AB bar? In the basics of vectors, we have understood that AB bar is B bar minus A bar. What is AC bar? AC bar is C bar minus A bar. All right, now that is equal to half. If I multiply this, it becomes B bar cross C bar minus B bar cross A bar minus A bar cross C bar plus A bar cross A bar. It is just simple multiplication of two brackets. Okay, two important things. They come from vector product. Two important things. Number one, A bar cross A bar. If the vectors are equal, their cross product is 0. Second important thing, A bar cross B bar is always equal to minus B bar cross A bar. A bar cross B bar is always equal to minus B bar cross A bar, right? So if I apply this over here in this, it is half. Okay, now first let me change this. What it will become? Minus B bar cross A bar will become A bar cross B bar. Now I'm writing this, then this becomes plus, as it is. Now I'm not changing it, it is B bar cross C bar. Now I am changing this. Minus A bar cross C bar becomes plus C bar cross A bar. If I change the order, the sign will change. And what about this? This A bar cross A bar is 0 bar, as I discussed. Hence, area of triangle ABC can also be explained as half A bar cross B bar plus B bar cross C bar plus C bar cross A bar. Now, let's come to the last part, that is area of parallelogram again, but in terms of diagonals that we are going to discuss. Okay, now let me label this parallelogram as O, A, C, and B. So you remember we did this in the first proof of today. Again, if you compare this, it is the same diagram I'm using. It is the same diagram. Can you see this? Except A bar cross B bar, जिसकी अभी जरूरत नहीं है. Right? So we are talking about in terms of diagonals. So let me label this as one diagonal, which is a D1 bar, and label this as another diagonal, which is D2 bar. So there are two diagonals, D1 bar and D2 bar. All right. Now, let me consider a parallelogram Consider a parallelogram OACP as usual with OA bar equal to A bar and OB bar equal to B bar. Now, let D1 bar and D2 bar be the two diagonals. Let D1 bar and D2 bar be the two diagonals. Okay, such that, can you see OC bar is D1 bar and BA bar is equal to D2 bar. यहाँ तक सब ठीक चल रहा है अपना. Okay, now हमने पहले थियरम में आज के सीखा था एरिया ऑफ पैरेललोग्राम. व्हाट इज एरिया ऑफ पैरेललोग्राम? एरिया ऑफ पैरेललोग्राम, as we all already know because we have proved today, that is mod of A bar cross B bar. Let this be equation number 1 again. Now understand this. What is D1 bar? What is D1 bar? According to the parallelogram law of addition, it is A bar cross B bar. Very simple. A bar plus B bar. D1 bar is A bar plus B bar. Okay, let this be equation number 2. What is D2 bar? Now इसको थोड़ा सा समझ लेना. D1 बार तो क्लियर है. D1 बार is this diagonal according to parallelogram law of addition. It is A bar plus B bar. What is D2 बार? तो ना थोड़ा अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए मैं काम करता हूँ. यहाँ पे एक डायग्राम निकालता हूँ, एक छोटा सा पार्ट निकालता हूँ यहाँ पे. Okay, let us try to understand this now. Now this is my D2 bar. This is my B, this is my C and this is my A. Okay, now ये मेरा D2 bar है. Okay, now because OB bar is equal to B bar and it is a parallelogram, this is also B bar. Okay, again OB bar is equal to B bar, so OB bar is equal to AC bar is equal to B bar होगा. Similarly OA bar is equal to BC bar is equal to A bar होगा. Now BC bar अगर A bar है तो CB bar will be minus A bar because मैंने डायरेक्शन चेंज किया है. It is a negative vector. Now according to triangle law of addition, in triangle ACB, see the movement ACB, so it will be AC bar plus CB bar is equal to AB bar according to triangle law of addition. But what is AC bar? That is minus A bar. What is a CB bar? That is, I'm so sorry, what is AC bar? I will change this. What is AC bar? That is B bar. What is CB bar? That is minus A bar and that is equal to AB bar which is equal to D2 bar. तो अपने को D2 bar का वैल्यू क्या मिला? D2 bar is equal to B bar minus so sorry. Let me again change everything. A small mistake. I will make the correction. Okay. Coming back to this. This is A bar and this is because this is B bar, this becomes minus B bar. And here in triangle BCA, BC bar plus CA bar is equal to D2 bar, right? And D2 bar का value बनता है, D2 bar is BC bar which is A bar plus CA bar which is minus B bar. That means D2 bar is a bar minus b bar. Definitely ye jo part what I have explained you over here, you are not supposed to write in the exam. So d2 bar becomes a bar minus b bar. This is equation number 3. Okay. Now two things which we will be doing over here is, number one, I'll mark this. Okay. Now number one, if I add this d1 bar plus d2 bar, what will happen? B bar and minus b bar gets cancelled and it becomes 2a bar. And if I subtract it, d1 bar minus d2 bar, then a bar and a bar gets cancelled and this becomes 2b bar. Naturally, a bar is d1 bar plus d2 bar upon 2, and b bar becomes d1 bar minus d2 bar divided by 2. Just cross multiply. Okay. And now let's have a look at this. Substitute karte equation 1 mein, substituting in equation 1 everything, right? Equation 1. Okay. Now what will happen? Area of parallelogram is equal to mod of a bar cross b bar. थोड़ा substitute करके देख लेते क्या होता है. So what is a bar? A bar is d1 bar plus d2 bar divided by 2 cross d1 bar minus d2 bar divided by 2. Now 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 becomes 1 by 4. So I'm writing 1 by 4 outside. Okay. और अंदर जो है मल्टीप्लीकेशन होगा जैसे हमने प्रीवियस केस में किया था. So this is d1 bar cross d1 bar minus d1 bar cross d2 bar plus d2 bar cross d1 bar and minus d1 bar cross d2 bar cross d2 bar. All right. Now, just like we did in the previous case, यहाँ पे हमने दो चीजें सीखी थी. These two things which I'll be applying over here. That is 1 by 4 d1 bar cross d1 bar is 0 bar minus d1 bar cross d2 bar. Now d2 bar cross d1 bar becomes minus d1 bar cross d2 bar. Again, if I change the order, the sign will change, and minus d2 bar cross d2 bar, iska value 0 hoga. Now I have 1 by 4 yahan pe minus 2 d1 bar cross d2 bar. d1 bar cross d2 bar. Now take 2 outside, it becomes 2 by 4. Modulus sign is there, so it will, the minus sign will not matter. So this is d1 bar cross d2 bar. And hence, in case if we have a parallelogram with the diagonals given to us as d1 bar and d2 bar, then in that case, area of parallelogram is equal to either 2 hoga, and that is half d1 bar cross d2 bar. Remember, there are two formulas. The first formula is simply a bar cross b bar when the adjacent sides are given for parallelogram. You can see from equation number 1, when the adjacent sides are given and when the diagonals are given, we have to use half d1 bar cross d2 bar. Now, ये नाम a bar, b bar, c bar, d bar ऐसे याद मत रखो. Always remember, when the adjacent sides are given, it is half into, when the adjacent sides are given, it is the cross product of the adjacent sides, and when the diagonals are given, it is half into cross product of the diagonal. This is how you will remember the formula as far as the numericals are concerned. Okay, now that's it for today. I will stop here. Okay, I will stop here for today, and see you in the next class, where we will be discussing the last part, of the theorems. All right. And of course, again, one more class I'm taking. So that is about the application of vectors to geometry and trigonometry. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you. Bye bye. See you again.